Hello there, everyone. Today is Saturday, June the 25th, year 2022. Hopefully, you're doing outstanding. Yes, what I'm going to talk about today. I thought about this. What I try to do is come with a hypothetical scenario. So I started thinking, okay, I've seen other videos. Well, actually, I watched a video from Millennial Mike just yesterday. You ought to watch it. He made a video about the 5 things needed to buy a rental property, which I really recommend. He goes into more detail on the things needed to kind of qualify and stuff, which I recommend everyone watch that. But anyway, with that being said, I came up with a situation. I wanted to come up with something a little different. So, and before I get into it, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a CPA. I am not an attorney. I'm just mazske. I share stories, experiences, thoughts, opinions, etc. So what my brain came up with was a situation, a scenario, where I said, let me take a single parent. All right, Millennial Mike's a single parent. He bought a duplex. I'm not positive, but I think when he actually bought it, he didn't have full custody of his kid, perhaps. I'm not sure. So I said, let's make it a little more difficult. All right, let's have a single mom. And let's make her, instead of being like Millennial Mike in his early 20s, let's make her a little bit older. Let's just say 40-ish. Okay, so I guess I'm 54, so we'll say 40-ish. That can kind of be like middle age, okay? So it's a middle-aged single parent. And let's make them have one child who's a teenager and make it a little more difficult. They're a special needs kid, so they require a little more attention, okay? And let's say then, to make it even more difficult, the mom works in a job that's not, perhaps, I don't know, the highest paying, a service type job. And I thought about a couple of different things. Thought about a waitress. Thought about working like front desk of a hotel. And I thought about, I just got my haircut recently. So I thought about, okay, what if it was someone who worked in a hair salon? I don't know how, I've never worked in any of those 3 jobs, I don't think. And I don't know exactly how they pay, but I don't know, like, when I used to get my hair cut in Virginia, the lady there told me she had to rent her chair, and then she basically had to pay a monthly fee to the building she was in, and then whatever money she made, it was basically her money. And every barbershop salon, I think, can be different how they do things. Some may pay minimum wage, and the person keeps tips and gets something, I don't know. So, but let's say the person works full time and they make enough money to live on, but they don't own a residence, all right? They don't own a residence, all right? But let's say they have an RV, and let's say they have a friend who has an empty piece of land where they could live in the RV on the land for a period of time, maybe a year, maybe 2, to save up a down payment. Can this person buy a rental property? Millennial Mike in his video yesterday said he feels almost any single person working a minimum wage job or better within 2 years can buy a rental property, and within 10 years can be financially independent. I dare say I agree with that. More or less, there's different situations and scenarios. It's not blatant across the board, every single person can do this, okay? But if someone wants to, they can. So how can this single mom with a special needs kid who's going to live in an RV, which would be, from my perspective, that'd be difficult. I hope they got power run to it and water run to it, but it would be difficult. Okay, I'm just making something up here. But say they're living like this, they're not paying rent, they're not paying a mortgage. Maybe they're paying their friend a little bit to rent the land, or maybe the friend's just helping them out a little bit. Okay, not charging them anything. So that means they can pocket all their money they make. Again, I don't know exactly what they make. All right. So I thought about this and said, all right, the easy solution for anybody who doesn't have a lot of money is to get an FHA loan. And if they qualify, they may be able to put 3.5% down. All right. In the area I live in, it's expensive. Just like the area Millennial Mike lives in. He bought his duplex up in the Seattle area. It's expensive. All right. In Virginia, where I was at, it'd be cheaper to do something like this. So I went on to realtor.com and I searched for multi-family homes in my county. Not in the city I live in, not in the other city across as close by, but just in the entire area, my city, that city, and the surrounding county. Because that when you leave the cities, it gets a little cheaper sometimes. So I searched for multifamily residences. I found, my tablet blacked out, so here we go. I found several. The very first one, I think it may have been a second or third one. I found a duplex. All right, this duplex, let me read to you. It says, I'll hold it up here so I don't look down so much. Investment opportunity. Well-maintained duplex with 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms on each side, as well as a double attached garage. One unit has tile throughout. The other unit has laminate flooring and carpet in the bedrooms. New AC was installed at the end of 2020. There are tenants in place in each unit, making this a great investment opportunity with immediate cash flow. And it goes on and tells some more stuff. All right. I'm just going to show a picture of it. Oh, sorry, I'm messing up here. Nah, I'm not going to show the picture. I don't want to show any confidential information. So I looked at this, but the price of this is $326,000. It's a 4-bedroom, 4-bath, 2256 square feet. Okay, so each unit is 1,127-ish square feet. Okay, so it's not tiny. 2-bedroom on each side, 2 baths on each side. It sounds like with a 2-car garage. Sounds like it's not bad. I haven't seen it in person. I know the general area where it's in. It's not the best, nicest area in this area, but that can be good, especially to get started. I don't know exactly. This ad says both tenants are there already, so it's immediate cash flow. All right, so we would need one of the tenants be on the verge of lease being up so they can move out, so the buyer can move in. All right, and this is just a hypothetical situation. So I doubt the person, if there is a person watching this in my area or in any area, if you're ready right now, call about this, because maybe the tenants do have leases that expire in 2 months. Maybe it's end of June, maybe they expire September 1st. And you could time it to close and basically to move into one of the units. Okay. But anyway, getting back to this situation. I don't know exactly what rent would be. I know rents have gone up. I don't know if it's safe to say rent would be $1,500 a unit, $2,000 a unit, $2,500 a unit. I don't know that exactly, because I just know rent. It's impossible to get something under $1,000 here. This is a 2-bedroom, 2-bath. In the city I'm in, I think you're looking at $3,000 probably. Where this is at in the county, it'd probably be a little cheaper. So let's say it's $2,000 for rent for each side. All right. So if this person can qualify to get a FHA loan, first-time home buyer's loan, and there's different criteria to qualify on it. But one thing they have to do right now is to save as much money they can for a down payment, and they have to make sure their credit score is high enough to qualify. Millennial Mike in his video will talk about what kind of credit score you need. All right. So with that being said, the down payment of 3.5%, if it was $326,000, comes out to $11,410. $11,410. Can a working individual save up $11,000 in 2 years? Roughly 2 years. It's up to that person. I can't say for sure they can. It's up to that person and their expenses and everything. All right. But with that being said, they need a little bit more money than that. They need closing costs. But now they could perhaps ask the seller to pay closing costs. Some sellers will, some won't. It can't hurt to ask. But at the same time, they need to have some more money because maybe there are closing costs. And they also need to have some kind of reserves. I've talked about reserves in a lot of my videos. They may buy this and move in, and a week later, the other tenant's toilet clogs up. And you find out the sewer line's clogged and has to be dug up and repaired. That could be $2,000, $3,000. I don't know. I don't know what it will cost around here. I've never done it here. I've done it elsewhere. Got to do it in Indiana too. But anyway, is it possible? Yes, it is possible. Would it be hard for this individual to buy this duplex? Yes, it would be hard. And 2 years from now, this duplex won't be available, but there will probably be something else available. So the point of this is, where there's a will, there's a way. If this same individual was trying to buy a single family home, they might be able to find a single family home for cheaper. But now they're paying 100% of the mortgage out of their pocket. Because I didn't finish my story with this. If rent was $2,000 a month from the other tenant, the mortgage on $326,000 minus a 3.5% down payment, that $11,410, that monthly mortgage, not counting taxes and insurance, comes out to $1,988.42. $1,988.42. You can see it in the green there at the top. $1,988.42. I said rent was $2,000. That means the person could live for free because their other tenant is paying the mortgage. Okay? And they still have to pay taxes and insurance then out of their pocket. But if they're not paying a housing expense, they should be able to save up the money for taxes and insurance. Okay? All right? I know it would be difficult. But as I said, where there's a will, there's a way. If someone really wants to improve their financial situation, this is an option. Okay? It's something to think about. If you're in a better situation than this person, you're 20 years old with no kids, think about doing the same thing. If you're at any age and you just can't get started, and you're married and you got 2 kids and money's tight, think about doing the same thing. Okay? It's called house hacking. There's different terminology for it, but you may be uncomfortable for a little bit. It may be a little bit awkward, but after 1 year, if you so desire, you can move out. The loan requirement is normally that you have to stay there at least for 12 months. All right. Now, if there's some other circumstance, you can get out of that, but you're supposed to stay there for 12 months. So let's say this person stays there for 12, 13, 14, 15 months because they don't have a housing expense. They're able to save up money even faster. So it takes them not 2 years, but 18 months to save up another down payment. So in 18 months, they look around and they do the same thing. But now they move out, they buy another duplex. Say it's exactly the same numbers. They buy another duplex, they move into that one, that tenant's paying their mortgage, but now they rent the apartment they just moved out of. So now it has $4,000 a month. Much better. Covers taxes, insurance, mortgage, and there's extra money left over. And they're still living for free in their second house hack, in their second duplex. They have 3 rental units because they're living in the 4th one. So they're building their real estate empire, 1 unit at a time, 1 rental at a time, 1 house at a time. They're taking their time. It doesn't happen overnight. They don't get rich overnight, but they start improving their financial situation. And within, 2 years to get started, 18 months to live in there, that's 3.5 years. Within 3.5 years, they're up to owning 2 different duplexes. Yes, it's critical they save money because now you got 2 properties. If one needs a roof, that's $15,000 perhaps. So you need to save. You can't spend all the money you make. You got to save it until you get enough saved up that you can cover all repairs. So it can be scary. It can be intimidating to do this, but it's possible. It is possible. If Millennial Mike can do it out in Seattle, if Dion Talks can do it in wherever he's at in Washington State, where it's expensive. He was $80,000 in debt, just got divorced from his wife, and had 3 kids, I think, who were teenagers, or they're 10 to 15 or something like that, those ages. He did it. Dion's now financially independent. Millennial Mike is on his way to financial independence. I did not house hack, but I'm now financially independent. Okay? So use what I'm saying here to motivate yourself. It doesn't matter if you're a single parent or not. It doesn't matter if you're a 2-income couple with 2 kids. If you're stuck, if you're in that daily grind, trying to plug away, and it's hard, you're living paycheck to paycheck. Think about options you have. You don't live where I live at, so look in your local area. Are there duplexes for sale? Are there triplexes for sale? Are there quadplexes for sale? The reason I say those 3 units are you can get an FHA loan for any of those. If you go bigger than that, you got to get a commercial loan. Okay, so you can get an FHA loan for a duplex, triplex, quadplex. All right, so you can be almost anywhere in this country and do this. It works. All right, it works. If you have any questions about this, leave a comment below. If you have any questions, shoot me an email, mazkefinance@gmail.com. If I can help you out, I will. Hopefully for my channel, I can share information. And I've never done this myself, but I know people that have done it. So it will work. Okay? Good enough. All right. Y'all take care. Stay safe. Keep smiling and loving life. Mazke is signing out.